Hey y'all, this is the Butcher, and I've got Blue with me today, and we're going to do episode number 2 of Jen. We're going to talk about it was been updated and released. The updated version was released yesterday, and we did the video. We've had lots of questions, so we're going to do small videos to talk about certain aspects of Jen to make it a little bit easier for you to understand. So this one is going to be to explain XMLs. Now, if you've done playlisting in the past, you don't need to watch this video. But if you've never done playlisting and people keep asking how to do this, we're going to show the formats of XMLs and what's in there. The other thing is make sure that you have a hosting site. I'm not going to. We'll talk a little bit about that towards the end of the show, but you need to have some place to host your files so that you're able to access them. Your add-ons able to access them. It needs to be a stable IP. So let's go ahead and get started. I just want to say thanks to Mid, and I want to thank all the people that's in the NAN Telegram chat group that are helping a lot. Blue has been helping a lot, and I've been seeing her help a lot of different users. And we've got, what do you think, Blue? I'd say there's probably 20 or 30 add-ons. It seems like they're cranking.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of people working on this. So we're gonna go ahead and get cranked up. Let's see, Blue. I'm gonna highlight on you. I'm highlighted on you now. So we're gonna go through this, and we're gonna start with what is a main directory XML, and she's gonna show some of her work, and we're gonna kind of walk through that.
Alrighty. So I've just basically I use Notepad++ to do my stuff, and what I'm going to do here is show you this is what a main directory looks like. Now, it doesn't have to look exactly like this. You could put movies in here, but when you first click on your add-on, it would just show all movies. Like, that's cool if that's all you want. If you want to have an add-on that just has your favorites and nothing else, then that's great. But if you want to have directories leading to other sections, then what you need to do is have this format. You don't necessarily have to have this stuff up top. This was just a thing that we had in Phoenix and then in Bob. But I like to have it, and normally what I'll do is I'll put Blue in here. So first of all, it's going to be a directory, which is a folder. And then you're going to name it whatever you want. Now, I've made one, just a small one to use for testing for here, so I'm going to just show you guys it. This is my main. So I put test as the poster, put whatever you want to call it in it, like movies or TV or whatever the section basically is going to lead to. And then what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to link to those other files. So when you first open your Kodi, what you're going to see is, like your add-on, you're going to see two categories. You're going to see movies test, and you're going to see a TV. But if you click movies test, it's going to take you to this. So that's all there is basically to the main directory.
And that's why it's important to have online hosting, because her URL, which you see that her URL stays the same. So if you were hosting this at home on your PC, if you were like, well, I just host all these files on my home, your IP is not going to be the same unless you set up a static IP.
Yeah, see, you can see that the only difference between these two is the very end. Yep. They're both on my server and in a folder that I named test. And this, obviously, this will pull something that's called tv.xml, and this one's going to pull one that's called bluesfaves.xml. So basically, that's all there is to a main directory. Like I said, you could put movies in there if you want instead. But if you want to have basically a section linked to another section, then what you want to have is a directory.
Yep. So the link is just saying where the next place to look is.
Exactly, exactly.
When you click movies test, it's saying, oh, I need to look in houseofstark.ca test blues-faves.xml. It's telling it where to look. Okay.
Exactly, and then it'll pull up whatever this one looks like, which, for example, looks like this. So when you click on your movies one, it's now going to pull up all these movies. Okay.
And that is the format for movies, the XML.
So well, you know what? We'll go to that in a second. Okay. But once again, this is all you need. And you can put a summary in. You don't have to, but you can.
And that's dependent on the view type you have. Some view types will show a little summary.
It totally is. But if you want to, lots of times you'll see a folder and it'll say no information available. This is where the information goes. So you could say, this is my favorite movies, and that's what'll pop up in there. Okay, so main directory, done. That's all there is to it. Next up, we're going to show you movies. So this is a plain old movie template. So you'll see what you need is it's an item instead of a directory, because it's going to play this directly when you click on it. It's going to take you to the NAND scrapers and play that movie. So what you need to include is your title. So say Apollo 13. Leave this alone because the content is a movie. Now you would get an IMDb number. So how you do that is you go to IMDb, you type in Apollo 13. There it is there. And what you want is this number right here. So just double click it, copy it, and then you can just paste it in. Once again, lots of times what people want to do too here, it's actually easiest to use IMDb directly to do pretty much this whole thing. Because what I do is, normally I would do this, Apollo 13 with the year. And I put it here, take out the year, and then add the year back in. Now, if you're going to be using GIFs in Gen, then you might want to put some animated fan art in as well, and animated thumbs. But you know what? You don't have to. You can take these out. And to be honest, you can put in a thumb or fan art, but once again, you do not have to. You can leave that blank, and if you leave that blank, what happens is it takes your add-ons fan art and icon that are in the main Gen folder, and it'll do that for you. It'll fill it in for you automatically.
So that would be your default icon and your thumb art. But if you wanted the particular thumb art or thumbnail,
yep,
fan art, then you can pull that from numerous sites as well as the icon.
Yeah, like I can show you really quickly. Like yep. What I like to use is the movie database. So you can go there and you type in Apollo 13. And here's your thumb right here. So just expand it. You can also, if you don't like that one, you can go to the next one and do whatever you want. Click it, right click it, go to copy image address, and just paste it in. Same thing with fan art. Fan art is found, sorry, sometimes this gets a little weird and it like locks almost. Fan art is found a little further down on here. You go to backdrops, view all backdrops, and then it'll give you a bunch of them. So you can click it and it opens in a new screen. Right click, copy image address, and paste it in. And that's all there is to it.
And making sure at the end to hit save.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you need to save it when you're done. Okay, that's just an example. So I did a bunch of them. And as you can see, it's the same format. It's got the name and the year. The content is movie because it's a movie. The IMDb number, the title, the year. And also what you're going to do is make sure, the same as it is right here, that you leave those as search and search SD. Because what that does is that pulls from the NAND scrapers. So you don't even need to add your own individual links. You can, and we're going to talk about that. But just having it written just like this movie will play in your new Gen add-on.
Yep. And the other thing is, like on that title part, which was on line number 7 for her, you can, where she put the year, you can tweak that name because it doesn't actually pull the name from that. It actually pulls it from line 11 where she's got it highlighted. The 13.
Right.
Right.
From the meta.
Yeah. Yeah. So
okay.
The first line can be whatever. Okay.
Yep. So that's all you need to do movies.
Yep. And so in your main directory, you're pointing to this Blues favorite, and then you're able to see that
exactly. Like right now, it's hard for people to see because we're not showing a server yet. We're not showing exactly why it's tying into this, but we will eventually. You need to have this link in here to tie to this one on your server. Yep. And actually, I'll just show you really quick.
And both those files have to be on your server so that you have the correct
exactly. Exactly. See, so right here, I have them on my server. So it's in we can tell right here, let me scroll down. It's in my public HTML, and it's in a folder lowercase test. And I've just put them all in one. In my own add-on, I separate all the TV and the movies and stuff. But for the sake of this tutorial, you can put them wherever you want. It's just you have to make sure that when you do, that you're linking to them properly. So my blue main is here, and my blues faves is here. So what you can do is open up a separate window. As you can see, houseofstark.test, that's where everything is. And then these are all my XMLs that I need. So in order to link this one to blue main, what you have to do is just right click it. Oh, crapola. Sorry, that was my fault. Right click and copy link address. Then when you're in your main,
Blue main.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it in here just so it's a little clearer. There you go. It ties to it.
Now, if you know what the address of your hosting site is, and you know it, you wouldn't have to go there. But we're just kind of showing if you're not sure exactly this is an easy way of getting the exact location. So
exactly. Okay, so like you can see on here, like I said, right up to here is identical, and it's probably, if you store them all in the same folder, it's always going to be that. When you do, say, add a folder to it, say I added a folder to my server called Blue, and it would be in there. Okay? But for the sake of this right now, we're going to stay with all in the same folder.
Yep.
Okay, so directory done, movies done.
Yep. So now we need to move to a TV show, because that's a little bit more work. It's pretty close to the same formats, but
yeah, because it won't be just one XML. It'll be your first XML is going to be the actual show, like the entire show. So on this one, for example, I just used Arrow. So you have to put the title in. Once again, this is how it's going to look. I'm just going to, I think I got it right here too. So this is the TV directory. And I'll show you basically though when it's built, because it is easier to follow when it is. So you're going to put the title of your show. Once again, content, in this case, it's going to be TV show instead of movie. You're going to grab your IMDb number. You're going to grab your TVDB number. Now that one is found. Oh crap. On TVDB. So for this one, for example, we'll go Arrow and Arrow. And this is the number that you're looking for right here. So you copy it, you paste it in right there. So once again, TV show is Arrow, and the year is the year that it started. And usually it says it right here. Okay? Is that clear, Todd?
Yep.
So once again, the link is going to be specific to your server and specific to where you're storing. This file for me is now the seasons file. So this is your shows folder. This is going to be your seasons. So there's 5 seasons in Arrow. There'll be five things in there, 5 links in there that you will click to get to the other step. And once again, thumbnail and fan art, you can add or don't add. It's up to you.
Yep. Good enough. Okay, so now we're going to go, now we're going to go to the seasons part of Arrow. So
this will click you to the seasons. Now seasons is here. I only put 2 in just for the sake of this for right now. So but it doesn't really matter. But now you'll see what you want to do now this time, it's another directory, is you want to put the name of the show and season 1. Mm-hmm. Okay? And once again, content changes. This time instead of TV show, it's season. You're going to have your 2 numbers. Usually your meta is very, very similar, especially with these 2. It'll always be the same, so you can like just copy paste. And I like to copy paste even this and then just change 1 to 2, 2 to 3. So the year, once again, is the year that it started, and this is season 1. Year that started, and season 2.
In the very first line, where she's got line number 7, where it says Arrow season 1, if that is what a person, when they go and they click on Arrow, that is what they see. So whatever you write in there is what the user is going to see.
Yeah, I can show you really quick here, actually. So, for example, I have it in my TV thingy. Got Arrow. And that's what you see there, season 1 and season 2. This is in the code, so don't worry about that right now. On your XML, what you're going to see is this and this.
Yep.
Okay, so next, you can see that the link is now tying it to the next thing that it has to, which is season 1's episodes. So I call it arrow 1. I didn't do anything for 2 because I want to show you the difference between having it right and having it wrong. But for now, we're going to be looking for arrow 1 XML, which is right here. Now this is every single episode in season 1. So once again, you need to name it what you want to name it in here. I like to put the season and the episode in mine, and as well as the name of the episode. So again, change the meta from season to episode. Copy paste your IMDb and your TVDB. You're going to put your TV show title in again, the year it started, the name of it, and the premiere date. Now once again, those are found on the TVDB. Okay, so you would go to season 1. And this is where you get that info from. So there's the episode name, and there's the original air date. So for example, you would just copy, and I will just put it here for now. And this would be the same thing for this. You're going to grab the air date and put it in your meta. And you would do that for all of them. So TV is a lot more intricate than movies are. Movies, you do it once and you're done. TV, you got to do it for every episode, unless you can find a script somewhere that'll help you write it. Any questions about that, Todd? And actually, and you guys will see too that. Can I just
You need to go through with you. You didn't finish out the numbers that you have to put your season and episodes. Lines.
Okay, sorry, yeah. And as you can see, season is the season number, episode is the episode number. So season 1, episode 1, season 2, or season 1, sorry, episode 2, 3. You're going to go like that on.
Those need to be correct so that when if you're scraping, those things have to be correct so it knows what it's looking for. If you have those incorrect, say if you went through and you had episode 1 for all of the entries going down arrow.
Yeah.
Every one of those shows is always going to go to season 1, episode 1. So sometimes it'll be just a mistake where you've copied, pasted the wrong thing. So
yeah, playlisting isn't hard. It's just time consuming, filling in and everything. Okay, so now you've seen main directory. So here's my main. You've seen my movies directory, which looks like this. They're items, and they play. They have links and sublinks that actually play in Nanscrapers. And the same thing with, if you'll see that, okay, so TV is a directory. It just links to another folder. Seasons is another directory, links to another folder. And then this one is the actual episodes that play. So you'll see they're items instead of directories. And having this here, these two, will play that through Nanscrapers. So you don't need to add your own links for each of the TV shows. That's what makes Gen Addon and Nanscrapers wonderful.
Yeah.
Less work.
And again, just
anybody who's ever thing with using only direct links knows how hard it is to maintain it.
Yeah. And so again, using this will automatically pull it all up. Okay, so do we want to move to the next one? Because we've kind of gotten that's all laid out. I think that explains it clearly. Let's talk about the HDSD, the sublink 1 and 2.
I'm not sure if I'm set. So in my add-on, for example, you can choose between link selection dialog, which brings up all your links all at once. Or if you turn that off, you get basically the HDSD selection popping up. So when we go to Arrow, for example, we go to Pilot, it'll show you HD and SD. Now, basically, HD, SD. Sometimes you'll get some SD in your HD, and sometimes you'll get some HD in your SD, but that's the whole point of that.
Yeah.
Now,
it first looks, now the first link, which is link 20, line 22 that she had there, line 22, which is the sublink search, it looks for the HD. Like she says, sometimes it defaults. If it looks for HD and can't find HD, then it goes defaults to SD.
To SD, yeah. Okay, so basically that's why we have HD and SD in the Gen add-on. But you can also change it to link selection. Let's just go back a little bit here.
Which that goes back to Zen was the first one to kind of give you this look.
And all you need to do for that is enable link selection. And fall through, on the last video we did, actually, you know what, maybe I shouldn't talk about that because we're going to cut it out of our videos. Links, fall through is working.
Yeah, it's fixed now.
So now you just set it. And you'll see this time when we go in, instead of getting HDSD, what we're going to get is the link selection, which is all the links.
And the numbers there is, that's what servers it's looking through. There's 59.
Those are the scrapers, yeah.
It's looking through 59 scrapers.
Yeah.
And some scrapers will like see, some of them are slow to reply back. So that's where you end up with that little bit of delay, because some websites aren't.
Yeah, but if you see one that you like say you use this all the time and you find it really reliable and you want to use it, by the way, DVD doesn't necessarily mean DVD. It could be 1080, 720. You can click a link and start playing right away. You don't have to wait for all 59 to load, just so you know.
Yeah. All right. That information of the quality of the link that's not Jen or Bob or the NAND scrapers setting that. That is actually the website has a tag that says what that is. So when they scrape it, it finds that tag on the website, and it's just assuming that tag is correct. We've seen people complain that, well, that wasn't a 720 when I played it, it was a 480. Well, that's really nothing the scraper can fix.
No.
It's the website just mislabeled it, and
well, it's the uploader. The uploader's mislabeled it.
Yeah. So there's not so much you can do there.
Okay. Now, what's next, Todd?
Let's talk about direct links, because some people want to do direct links because they don't want to do a scrape. They want a direct link, which means we're going to go directly. If you can find a link that plays your TV show or your movie directly, there's no scraping. You'll find it goes quicker, but a whole lot more work to maintain.
There are a few options when you're doing that. Okay, so for example, we're going to use the movie list to do this. So what you can do is you can find a link. Now, for today's sake, I'm not actually going to put in a working link. We'll just copy something just to show you how it's done. So basically what happens is you have your movie, you've got your NAND scraper stuff in here. So if you want to add a direct link, all you got to do is add another sublink. Now, sublink could be above or below. It doesn't make any difference. Put your link in, and you close it. Now you'll have access to NAND scrapers, and you'll have access to this. So let me probably show you in here. Oh, wait, sorry. It's not on my server, so you're not going to see the changes. Maybe I should do that on my server, right?
Yeah, change it on your server, and then we'll see it, and then we'll talk about also if it's going to be link 1 or 3.
All right, so I've got this open already. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it here, and then I'm going to save my changes. So what happens now is when you go into your add-on, and you go to, this is in my movie section, go to 13th Warrior. It gives you two different things now. It gives you link 3, and because as Todd pointed out, it's the third link, and that's why it says link 3. Now I'm going to do a quick change just to show you that if you grab it, you put it above. Let's see. You'll see that it'll change.
Come on now.
There we go. So now you'll see it says link 1, and that's because it's the first link.
And if you wanted to remove search,
like for example, just to show them though, like search, link 1 is your direct then, and search is once going to kick you back to the scrapers, pull up all the links again. So in the event that link died, people can still go to the search and access this stuff.
Yeah, and if you were a person that you're like, I don't even want to have NAND scrapers in there.
NAND scrapers.
All you got to
do, is
just get rid of the search and search SD.
Just delete them. Save your changes. Hopefully this goes faster this time. And now when you click 13th Warrior, it would automatically, it's not going to work right now because it's not a real link, but it would automatically kick you right into the movie. One click then.
Yeah, it becomes a one-click add-on. But again, that's a lot of work to keep that up.
Yeah, if that link dies, then
then you're like,
got nothing.
Another one. So
yeah,
that's
okay.
And again, that's some of the common questions that we have been given here to start out, to get people started. You know, because you're going to be a developer of your own add-on. I mean, you're going to develop your add-on. You may not be a developer creating new add-ons, but you know what? You're going to have control of your particular add-on.
Yep, and we're going to be showing videos on other stuff you can add to it and whatever, and you can change it to make it the way you want. You want caching? Do you want to first run wizard? Do you want, we'll be showing you how to do all that stuff. Now today, there's a lot more to making a playlist than just this. Adding colors, adding messages, adding other, but Todd and I are going to do separate videos on that. Today, we want to make it a short and sweet, how to make a playlist. Like I said, you just need to remember that if you're using a directory, and for example, like this, my main is a directory. Just make sure that you've pointed to this properly. If you go to open it and it doesn't open, there's probably something wrong in here. Maybe you forgot the dash. Maybe you didn't put the XML on the end. Maybe you're in the wrong folder. Just make sure you double check your stuff. And like Todd said before, best way to do that is to put your URL and the folder that it's in here, and then right click it and copy link address. And then that way you'll know you're getting it proper. And then once you get used to it and they're all in the same folder or whatever, then it's easy to do.
Because there, like I said, there's numerous things in there. And we wanted to talk about how to edit on your server. How to edit.
Well, I think they just were able to see, like, all you got to do is what?
How you're able, how you're doing that there. You're able
just go to edit.
And again, having an online hosting, there's a lot of them that are pretty inexpensive.
And using cPanel makes a big difference.
Yeah, makes it very easy. And you're able to go make edits and save it and leave it there. Most times that when something doesn't load, like Blue said, it's normally that you put the wrong URL in.
Yeah.
Because most of it's just telling it to it's pointing it to one XML, then it points to another XML. And it isn't till you get to the movies part that it actually says, hey, look for this movie. Or when you actually get to the episode of a certain show, to look for this show.
Yeah, playable content is an item. Folders are directories. So TV shows is a folder that points to another folder that's got the seasons, that points to an item to play each specific episode. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And however, now she has all of hers in one folder, like she said earlier. You can organize yours. This is just for simplicity. I know with me, I have mine set up differently. I have each show is in a folder of its own. It keeps it more organized.
Yeah, like this is what my actual add-on looks like. Like I've got an anime one, box sets, icons, kids, movies. Yeah, I find it easier to organize and find stuff. But like I said, you got to make sure that if it's inside of a movies folder, make sure that /movies is in there.
Not /movie.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to spell it completely right.
People mess up. They're like, it's movie. It says right here, and you're like.
And if I'm not mistaken, lowercase and uppercase matters.
So it is. So, it's those little things that makes it better. Makes it easier to work with.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much what we wanted to talk about on that. If you want to be part of the Telegram group, we have a Telegram support group. There's also if there's support on the forum, on the NAN forum site. Send me a DM. Join Telegram. I'm not gonna tell you how to join Telegram. You just look it up. I think it's telegram.com. Sign up. Look me up. I'm DeButcher. I mean, it's not hard. You just say @DeButcher and you'll find my name. Send me a DM. Say, hey, I'd like to be part of the Telegram group. We're inviting anybody to join in. This is a community
Oh,
project.
hey Todd, I did think of one thing too that I wanted to just to touch on real quick before I forget. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Are you still on me?
Yep. Yep.
Now,
You're not sharing.
once
There you go.
okay, now once you do have your stuff on your server, for example, like my blue main, that's my main XML that I want to use in my gen. So like I said before, copy the link address. Now, when it comes to gen, there's two things we're going to show you. One, I'll show you the README in 1 second because I think we forgot to touch on that. But where you need to put that is in your default PI. Basically, right in here where it says root XML URL, there you go. You paste it in there, and now your add-on will pull from there. That's where that goes.
Yeah, your add-on has to know where to look first. This is basically saying your add-on says look here, and then from there it's going telling.
Yeah, and then so for example, when you go, now you're at House of Blue. Right here is where the default PI comes into play. When you click enter, it takes you to that URL.
Yep.
So you have to specify exactly where that is. And then once again, you've got the 2 categories that you had on your main, or 20 categories, or whatever you want to put is going to be showing up in Kodi. As long as you've linked properly, everything will work perfect. Now, the other last thing we wanted to talk about is you saw the different formats in this video, but they're really easy to find. Mid put them right in Gen. So this is basically this is my blue, but it's based on Gen. Every Gen will have a README, and the HTML one is really easy. So you just double click it, and it tells you exactly how to make Gen. And right down here are the formats. So there's your directory, there's your movies, there's your TV shows, its season, and its episodes. Yep. So all you gotta do is copy paste those, and you can start making playlists right away.
Yeah, and again, look at the README. Really, I mean that README is there for a reason, and it tries to make it easy. I know that Blue also helped him add things because she was the first one to be making a gen, and she was like, "Hey, people need to know this." And so between her and Mid, they created that, and it's designed to help people get into this. It's helped people to get your feet wet. Are you going to be a developer that's going to be able to create your add-on on your own? No. But you know what? You're going to be able to get started. You're going to be able to start reading a little bit of that stuff. You're going to learn little bits at a time. You're going to learn some of the codes. And if you want, you will learn more, and you will be able to add hooks and scripts and all kinds of other stuff that Mid has set up where Blue already has some of that stuff in her add-on.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be that way. You can start small and just keep building if you want. The thing about this program and this thing that Mid wanted to start is he wanted to make it easy for new people. Instead of people forking off some add-on and ripping it all apart and not knowing anything and just sticking stuff in there, he says, you know what, I'll create a template. Anybody can use it. I'll give it out to everybody, give support, and we'll see where it goes. There is some awesome things that he has some secrets in Pandora's box in Gen. She's got some big secrets that were going to be revealed going forward. So the first step is to get people familiar with Gen, creating their own Gen, creating it. If it's just for you, fine. You're only the ones who use it. If it's just for you and your family, fine. If it's something that you're like, I want to share with the community, fine. So you can do it any way you want. This is just baby steps, getting your feet wet, just moving forward. It's not hard. Like I said, if you want to join the Telegram group, this group is open to everybody. We're looking for anybody to join it. We want people to join it and to help each other.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's not about that we know something that you don't, and when you get to a certain level, we'll teach you some. No, it's, hey, if you want to learn and you're willing to put in a little bit of work to learn, come on in. We'll try to teach you what we can, and you're not going to be spoon-fed. You're going to need to learn, and you're going to have to do the work yourself. No one's going to create your add-on and say, here you go.
My biggest pet peeve in all this is people not reading the README, and they're asking questions about it when it's in the README. Read the README file, please, dear God. And then if you have questions, feel free.
So send me a message. We'll do that. If there's other videos and other things, I know we're going to talk about search.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about how to add settings to. We're going to how to add search to Gen, how to add settings to Gen.
Yeah.
Maybe how to add pop-ups. Like sometimes I'll have people have pop-ups that say, "Hey, I added this."
Yeah, just not pop-ups that pop up every single time you open.
No. But some people want to have that. Hey, what was added to it?
Well, Kara likes to do that with hers, and hers will say, "This is what's been updated."
Right, and when you go into her section, but again, this is what fits for you, and it's going to be an option. Also, we talked about adding colors. There's ways to add color in there. If you do a little Googling, you'll probably find that on your own. It's real easy.
Yeah.
But there's some things we're wanting to teach. And if there's things you want to know about, post them in the comments. And if you want to join the Telegram group, I'll get you an invite. Message me on Telegram. I will put you into the group. But help other people. The things that you learn, if you join the Telegram group and you learn some stuff and you're able to move forward and you have your own ad, and you're like, oh, I learned that. And you see somebody new that joins the group, what we're asking is that if you see that they come in, they're like, I can't get this run, give them a hand. Say, hey, I learned that. Let me see if I can show you.
Yeah, please divvy up the work.
I mean, that's the community idea. When people talk bad about coding, they're like, it's not a community. No, it is. There is one. And we're hoping in this group, in this project, we're hoping that more people understand that and more people get into it. And you're not intimidated. You're not having to depend on somebody else to fix their add-on. You can fix it yourself if you have your own. So, and I think that the more that we empower you, the less that you feel that you have to depend on other people to keep their add-ons up.
Exactly.
So let us know what you think. Thank you, Blue, for walking me through this, helping me, and thanks for all your support on that. Props out to all the Scraper team guys, and to Mid and all the other people that are in the Telegram group that are helping kind of keeping this going. So anything else that you got, Blue?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, y'all. But y'all let us know what else you want to learn about, and we will do our best to try to create a video and just show it to make it a little bit easier. But check out the README. All right.
Thank you.